I'm Tech Slap on this new community, not community, channel, and this is something I'm just trying out to see how well it goes and everything. Figured I'll try to do some comedy skits, get, see how it goes and see where it flies. Well, to start off with a little story about a friend of mine who we started off with roommates. He's a very, really easygoing guy. We'll call him Bob. And Bob is like, "Hey, you want to play my PS5?" I'm like, "Sure, we'll play PS5. We'll play whatever Call of Duty, whatnot." Then when it came to my birthday, he gave me some money, which is awesome. I'd never met anybody who does that, so I was like, "Cool," and and so on. But he's normally a really easygoing guy. You don't think he'll be like getting stressed out or yelling at people, right? Anyways, like one day we were driving, he got his big old pickup truck, he had his big boy boots on and everything, and we're like just driving, and I'm trying to talk to him, and I'm like, what the hell? I didn't even notice that he was looking at somebody in front of us, and all of a sudden he's like, out of nowhere, he's like, "Move on, no!" I'm sitting there like, the and I was like, and I'm like looking at him. I look out the front window, and there's this guy who has his right blinkers on, right? Like he's trying to change lanes. There's no other car there. He could get over, but it turns out he had his blinker on the whole entire time that we were trying to have a conversation. But he was paying attention to that, and that pissed him off so bad. He was like, "You blinkers on!" And he's like grabbing the steering wheel and leaning like he's pulling it forward. Yeah, I'm sitting there like, "Yeah, he'll hear you. Just scream a little bit louder through that window. I think he'll understand what you're trying to tell him." I've never thought he would ever do something like that. It was funny as hell. I used to be in tech support, and we would get these calls in and say, "Hey, my computer's working, blah blah blah," or not working. Yeah, why would they call us if it's working, right? "Hey, I just want to tell you your computer's working." "Well, that's great. Have a nice day." Something like that. But this one guy calls in, and he's saying he has a computer issue. I'm trying to troubleshoot it, and while we're waiting, I was like, "Hey, what kind of company do you work for?" He goes, "Little Beans," and I'm like, "Little Beans? What the fuck is that?" So I was like, "Who's your competitor?" So I'm curious. A company called Little Beans. I want to know who their competitor is. And he was like, "Oh, we don't have a competitor." And I was like, "Really? No competitor?" Because in business school, you're like, "Hey, you have to know your competitors. You have to present your competitors in case you want to get a business loan or whatever, saying, 'Hey, why would your company do this versus them doing that?'" It's like, "So who's your competitors?" And he goes, "Oh, we don't have any." And I'm like, "Really? What do you do?" "Oh, we make beans." "You make beans. What kind of beans?" "Oh, coffee beans." "Okay. Um, and you have no competitors." When I asked him that question, I was thinking Starbucks. There's a ton coffee house company, coffee rifle company, all these other different companies that sell coffee. And I'm like, he has no competitors. And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "So do you make espressos?" Because no, we sell the beans to the coffee company. I'm like, "Oh, okay. So you sell coffee beans to companies. That's interesting. And you have no competitors? You're the only monopoly there is that sells beans to all these different coffee companies?" He goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "You know what? I'll be your competitor. I'm going to start a company. I want to call it Big Beans." Boy, was he silent. I thought he was going to laugh. No, silence to the end. And I'm like, and if someone already has Big Beans, I'm going to call my company Godjantic Beans, and we're going to have Godjantic flavor in our beans. That's how we're going to market. Nobody wants to buy little beans. Mm-mm. It's little. Means little or flavor, and less, I don't know, whatever you want to put it means. Less tenacity in beans if beans have tenacity. And but you buy our gigantic beans, we have much flavor. Better prices, bigger discounts, bigger, better. Get our gigantic beans. Oh, he didn't have a. He was silent the whole time, and I was like, "So it looks like what's wrong with your computer?" Went back into that spill. Now, there's some things I like to there think about, right? Like in a tech support, what if I said this, and what if I did that? So I want to do a little skit about what I was thinking that could happen and what possibilities. Not saying this is a real call or anything, but just acting out something. There was like, hey, I'm sitting there at tech support. Somebody calls in. Yeah, I got a problem with. Well, thank you for calling Tech Slap. How can I help you? Yeah, this I'm having a problem with my computer. I'm just sitting there waiting for him to tell me what the hell is wrong with his computer. Dead silence is what I get. And he's like, "Hello? Hi. Thanks for calling Tech Slap. Is this the tech support?" Yeah, it is. I'm having an issue with my computer. Oh man, that's horrible. Are you going to help? As soon as you tell me what the issue is. How am I supposed to help him out with the computer if he doesn't tell me? Well, I got a problem with my computer. And I expect you to figure it out. And then he tells me, "Oh, I got this other stuff like this, so the screen work's not on." Have you thought about pushing the on button? Yeah, I pushed it already. Did you plug it in? Yeah. And you sell little beans? Yeah. So you sell little beans, but you can't get a computer on. And how frag do you sell beans on the internet to your competitor or to your coffee companies? You can't even turn on your damn computer. You can't sell nothing. No money. One thing I like to say, what I came across was frozen screens. They're like, my screen is frozen. Oh, so have you thought about putting how is your heater turned on? What does the heater have to do with the screen? Screen's frozen, right? Yeah. If it's frozen, you gotta defrost it, correct? What? Yeah, you put a heater in next to it, turn it on, and it melts it. And then what? Your screen's unfrozen. Thanks for calling TechSlap. How can I help you? Well, I got a little problem. My printer, I got a little problem. Click, click, click. Ooh, that's a nice little YouTube video. Click, 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 click. Are you there? Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm sitting here. Who texted me this today? Oh man. Are you gonna help me? Hello? Hi. Thanks for calling Tech Slap. Yeah, how can I help you? Harry, what's your name? Name's Tech. Last name Slap. Is that your real name? Sure is, ma'am. What? I don't believe you. What's your manager's name? I, I think I have a manager. Why? I want to talk to your manager. What for? You're not helping me. You didn't tell me what your issue is yet, lady. How do you expect me to help you when you don't tell me what your damn issue is? I don't like the way you're talking to me. I don't like the way you don't tell me your issue is, and you expect me to fix something out of blend air with, you know, with thoughts. Like I'm supposed to read your thoughts and say, "Hey, yeah, you got to turn on your computer, or hey, yeah, your RAM is bad, got to replace it. How in the fuck am I supposed to figure this shit out? I can't read thoughts. Oh, I want to talk to your manager. All right, hold on. We got this new hold music. It's really awesome. Maybe you might want to dance to it or something. But well, I'm gonna put you on hold while I go get my manager. Okay? All right. And then it goes into the hold music, but instead of hold music, you get do 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 do. You're on hold. Oh yes, you are. Don't worry, it could take a while before he comes back. When he comes back, this is no longer hold music, 'cause it's gonna be the longest hold you ever see. You might wanna hang up, 'cause it could take an hour. Hey, hello. And now in the midst of all this cool music, she's like, hello. And it's really hold music. It's just something I made up. Uh, yeah, this is hold music you might wanna sing. Sit there and wait. But when you go and you sit on a chair, make sure you're sitting upright, 'cause you might pass out of the weight that you're about to sit through. And then it repeats itself, and she'd probably like, I'm gonna put it on. I'm literally gonna make her wait an hour to listen through that. And after it pays through like 3 times, put it like a little skit in there, like, I see that you're still holding. You're one tough cookie. Would you like chocolate chips or oatmeal while you wait a little bit longer? I'm surprised you haven't hung up so far. Okay, hold on. There's another one. He calls in for parts. I'm a tech guy, and he's like, okay, cool. I was like, okay. Hi, thanks for calling Tesla. How can I help you? Yeah, I'm looking for parts, ETA. Oh, okay. Have you called UPS, the number that's on your ticket? No, I need you to call UPS. Why don't you call them? I'm driving. So you don't want to call UPS because you're driving. That's right. But you'll call us asking for an update on parts. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, yeah, I called you. I need you to call. There's a number on your ticket that you call, the tracking number. Oh, I'm already way up there. So you want me to check the parts to a UPS store that you're already on your way to because you're driving. Oh, they won't answer when I call, and you think they'll answer if we call? It's the same freaking number. Oh, try this one out. Best Buy, lovely place to work at. You get written up for anything, so you better be on your best behavior. So I was like at the counter. This lady comes up to me and be like, "Hey, I need to return these CD." And she's like, I'm like, okay, let me see. Put it in the counter. Turns out she bought it like 3 months ago. 3 months ago. And I said, okay, we got a 30-day return policy. I don't know. I never knew that. Well, it's on your receipt. Well, I don't read it. You don't read your receipts? No. Well, the people tell you about her. Oh, I don't need them to tell me. How often do you shop here? I shopped here for 20 freaking years or 30 years. And I'm like, oh my God. And then in 30 years, you never once read your receipt that says 30-day return policy, nor have you heard from somebody that says because I know for a fact we're told to tell customers there's a 30-day return policy. Here it is on your receipt. And she goes, no, nobody told me. And I'm like, okay. Well, you see this huge sign above the door. I'm talking about it's huge. Like, you know those double wide doors? That's you're double wide coming in and double wide going out. And then you're like, if you combine the two, they're like quadruple wide. And then right above there's a big ass sign. Wow, is my camera on? What? Either that or dang, dude, that's weird. Anyways, the there's a big ass sign that says 30-day return policy. I'm talking about big letters too. Boy, did she get upset. She goes, I want to speak to your manager. And I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, got me a manager. Got a manager over there. About an hour later, the manager pulls me in. You know, manager and a managerette. You know, female manager. Well, anyways, they pull me in. They're like, oh, you gotta sign this. What's it for? It's a write up. Kind of get that, but what's it for? Oh, you know that lady? Yeah, she was offended. Oh, for what? Yeah, you pointed to a sign. And you're writing me up for pointing to a sign that y'all hung up above the doors and I don't know, I guess foot long letters, I guess, for customers to see and read, and yet I get pointed, I get written up based on what? Oh, you made the customer feel uncomfortable. Well, I'm not signing that. I told him I ain't signing it. And if you think that makes customers feel uncomfortable, y'all need to take that goddamn sign off the freaking right above the doors off. Take it down, roll it up, burn it. And they're like, "Oh, but you have to sign this." I ain't signing it. Oh, but you have to. Under what their authoritative figure? Under what authority? Well, you just have to. Well, that ain't a good enough reason, so I just walked right out and went back to work. Boy, did they not like me. And then shortly after, there was another incident. I get pulled back, and they're like, "Yeah, we're writing you up for something else now." And you know what? I farted. I let one rip. I didn't even know it was coming. Right? You know, everybody thinks, "Oh, but you could have walked to the bathroom first and then let it rip." And then I'm like, "Well, there's some farts you can't really hold because it just comes out unexpectedly." So I happened to let one rip, right? But it was like I kind of passed it off, whatever, and helped the customer out or whatnot. And then three, I'm not kidding, 3 months later, they pulled me to the side. They pulled me in the office, and they're like, "Yeah, we need to write you up. I need you to sign this." What's it about? Oh, you know when you farted, you made somebody feel uncomfortable. I was like, you're gonna write me up for farting a bodily function. Once you write everyone up, hey, you know, get everyone fired. You're like, I don't care if you like firing people, fire everyone. They all fart. But you farted in. You could have walked to the bathroom. No. So I say I ain't farting that. I ain't signing that. And they're like, she's like, well, you got to. I was like, no, I don't. I walked back to work. But dude, being written up, trying to write you up for farting, and it takes them 3 months. And I said, wait a minute, what date was this? And she goes, oh, it was 3 months ago. It was 3 months ago, and you're trying to write me up for, and now you're trying to write me up for farting. Oh, I had to get it approved by HR. You had to get this approved by HR to write somebody up for farting. I'm like, what? the hell is this coming to? And this is Best Buy. I, working there is a dream. I'll tell you. Mm, yeah, sure. Oh, and one time, one day I was in, because they in Geek Squad, you got, I work in Geek Squad. I know all this computer stuff, and then I go to the floor, and they're like trying to help customers out because apparently Geek Squad can explain it better to customers. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll give it a try, shot, whatever. Customer comes along and says, hey, what's the difference with this computer and that computer? Well, one's black and one's gray. Well, I can see that. Then why did you ask me if you can see it? No, I'm not asking. What do you, what's the specs of them? Well, there's a sticker, literally like on there, that tells you what's inside of it. It says 2 gigs of RAM. It says 4 processor. And the guy was like, "Are you pulling my leg?" No, I ain't pulling nothing. It says it right there on the sticker. It says a 4 core processor, and this one over there has a duo. Oh, what's the difference between a duo and a quad core? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so let's say you have 2 people mowing your lawn, right? And then you're like, you push one lawnmower, and 2 people cut your lawn. They'll get it done. It takes some cut of time. Some time to cut it, right? Let's say 20 minutes. You get this quad core. It's like having 4 people mowing your lawn, and so you get it done in like double the time. Technically, instead of 20 minutes, you could get it done like 5 to 10 minutes instead. If they don't fight each other or bump each other and or run each other over, then you're fine. And but if they do run each other over, you got a bloody mess on your hands. But yeah, that's basically the concept. Huh? And the guy was like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So I can actually mow my grass with this lawnmower?" What? Uh, sure. I guess you could if you took the fan out of the computer, go to your lawn, and while it's turning, you just use your hand and cut the. I don't know how much. I don't know how sharp those blades are, but if they're that sharp to cut grass, I wouldn't mess with it with your hands. But I guess you could. And he's like, "Oh, okay." Well, I guess that'll be it. Thanks for tuning in, and if y'all like this skit, I'll try to think of more comedy stuff just to post on this and then go from there. Thanks. Bye.